Hello, and today we're looking at a barrel and rack e-coat line. We will go through the separate processes for both the barrel loading and the rack loading. Here is the automatic dump hopper that would load the parts to go into the barrel, which then transitions up onto the belt conveyor here. The belt conveyor then does feed along into where the barrel is on the other side here, where it will dump and feed into the barrel. Behind this gate, you will be able to see the actual barrel itself.
I'm sending, sir, just to let you know.
You got it. These are 48-inch wide by 28-inch diameter barrels. There are 4 barrels for the pre-treat and 3 barrels for the paint. The barrel raises up into the air. There's the door that you will see that will cycle forward, automatically closing that barrel. The barrel will then cycle to the first station of the pre-treat, which you can follow along in the tank layout. The barrel then goes down into the tank. The hoist is positioned by both encoders and proximity switches. Here is the back side of the line. This is the pre-treat side. You can see you've got stage 1 cleaners, you've got bag filters. Stage 3 is a rinse, stage 4 is an acid. All of the tanks are tapered bottom for easy drain and clean out. On the other side, all of the hoist superstructure is bolt together. They are not welded, so they can easily be labeled and put back together. Hoists run very smooth. There's one hoist on the pre-treatment side. Here's a better angle of the hoist. Once the pre-treatment process is finished with the barrels, the hoist then brings it down to this shuttle cart here. Once the shuttle cart has moved into position, on the back side, we will go along the back side, but there's 3 stations on the paint side. There are 3 separate barrels that stay in the paint section. There is 1 e-coat tank and 2 permeate rinse tanks on the back side. Once it comes back through here, the hoist then brings the barrel to the infrared oven. So the barrel now will rotate onto the conveyor. The conveyor will move the parts. This is sometimes where the operators can stand to position the parts accordingly so they are not bound up or need to be into a certain position. Then it goes into the infrared oven. The infrared oven is 52 inches wide by 40 feet long. There is a separate rack oven. We will go through the rack process next. As it comes down, the belt's in very good condition. As it comes down to the end here, dumps down onto the conveyor for removal. If you are choosing to do the rack process instead of the barrel E-coat process, there is a series of carts outside that this rack sets on top of. You push the cart inside this door. There is a track along the ground here for the positioners. The same hoist that picks up the barrels then comes along and can grab the rack, which then cycles through the entire line. Here is another angle of the shuttle cart that brings the barrel back and forth from the cleaner side over to the E-coat side and then straight across to the oven. If you're doing the rack process, it is the same concept, only the hoist comes down one further to the rack. This is the actual rack oven here. The rack itself sits along the chain drive and pulls the parts down through the rack. They were currently operating at about 350 degrees. Here is the back side of the paint side. As you can see, you've got all your controls, your shuttles, the oven blower and belt controls are all on this side. You do have your heat exchangers. Here's the stage 15 permeate. 14 is a permeate. And 13 here is the E-coat. Here is the E-coat rectifier. It is a controlled power 400 amp, 400 volt rectifier with the controls on the side.